state of the condo or state of the move to Seattle or whatever state. Actually, it's a whole new state. I've gone through 2 states to get here. Well, I guess this is the second state. But yeah, it's been a little over a fortnight. Feels longer, actually. It feels weird because I guess I got into Bellevue on a Saturday and then was there on a Sunday, and I didn't actually spend the night here, the day here, until a Monday. So yeah, it's been just about a fortnight, and someone asked, how do you like it? Oh, I like it a lot. Quote, line from a movie. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's nice. It's really nice. I'm very content here. I think it was a good thing. In fact, remember, this is something I wanted to do. I meant to do, and I bought the condo. It was supposed to be done 9 years ago. 9 years. I stayed 9 years more in Pleasanton than I had intended to. But it worked out. Everything worked out just fine because of the job and yeah, mainly the job and the shows. Actually, yeah, the shows I got to do. Some of the sort of bucket list roles I would not have gotten to do if I moved here back then. So yeah, the job and the roles, those are the two main reasons. So, but those have been covered now. So hey, I'm here. And what do I think of the other things? I mean, why am I content here? Well, I'll tell you. Glad you asked. To begin, the weather has not been that bad. I mean, I say that, and it's snowing outside. Maybe not the moment, but the past 2 nights it has snowed. It's pretty weird to be living in a place where it snows. That just does not happen. Although it does get cold in California. And the funny thing was, someone was giving me a hard time about the weather and about, oh yeah, well, it's so cold and it's not nice in California. And I just got an alert saying, oh, it's going to be get down to almost freezing in your hometown. So it's actually getting down to the same exact temperature in California tonight. So I thought, and I knew that going in. It's definitely colder up here, and we get snow in the lowlands up here. But yeah, it's not like California winters, or at least where I was at, was particularly. You go northern California, really far north, and yeah, it's freezing cold up there. Definitely snow a lot of the winter. And you go down to LA. California's a tall state, so yeah, in the middle you get half and half. So yeah, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, it's just so warm inside the fire. And I go outside to get the mail or walk to the store, and yeah, it's 33 degrees is cold, or 32 degrees is cold. So, but that's fine. That's why I got gloves. It feels like I'm in Tahoe. So the fireplace has helped a lot. This is just so nice. I try to avoid keeping it on too long because this is month 1, M1. I have no idea how much the gas bill is going to be, electricity bill is going to be, although it seems like I'm using the fire more than the little heating units on the wall because those are electric. And that's fine. I just try and keep in mind, kind of, I don't know, enjoy life. It's this is the point where we're really got to start enjoying it and not be pinching pennies and stay, freezing. So the more comfortable I am, the happier I am. I'm already happy, but happier is better. So yeah, I try to think, don't be cheaping out and freezing for no reason. Enjoy, and that's what I'm doing. So, and when I'm done, I can just turn off the switch. It's so cool. These are the best things in the world. I've never lived with one of these things before, but the idea that you have a fire that you just flip the switch, and the only downside is I don't get to burn things, because sometimes when I had extra stuff, I could just burn it in the fire. I took my desk apart because I wasn't going to bring it. I just burned it. My dresser unit, I burned it. Sometimes when I get I don't know, papers and stuff like that, or receipts or bills, stuff from my stock brokers, I just burn them because I don't want them going in the trash. But so I miss being able to burn things. But yeah, so that's the only thing. That the upside, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. These things are great. I highly recommend, because I never had that many fires back home, just because getting firewood and starting it up, and I wasn't even near the fire most of the time, so it was kind of pointless. But nice ambiance. But I like these things a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think I will be getting to use that a lot more this winter. I'll use it a lot. In the summer, probably not going to need it. I do have an AC unit. Don't really need it here as much, although it's been a few warm summers lately. But yeah, as people were commenting on California, it's okay, we probably not going to get the 113 degree days that we sometimes get in the mid-inland California. We had those. Although for me, I like the benefit of being able to run out in that kind of heat. I know it's crazy, but although sometimes indoors you can be miserable when it's that hot outside. So yeah, I probably won't be having to deal with that anymore. It wasn't that bad, but some days it really was, and that could actually jack up the PG&E bill. There were days where it was like 40 degrees because roommates would like keep it on. One roommate actually would keep it on like all day long. So, one reason I moved. Oh man, that was crazy. 43 degrees for one day of PG&E. And as far as what's left to do here, I mean, I'm really kind of settled in now. I still need a sectional couch and blinds, and that's it. And I guess a new bed, but I'm kind of happy with it. But people say it's a very small bed. I know. All right, fine. But the couch, that way I can I could watch the TV, enjoy the fire, have some wine, and life will be good. So, yeah, the couch is coming next. Actually, the blinds are tomorrow night, at least ordering them. And then the couch, and then I'm set. That's all I need. And the paddleboard and the remote control and this chair. That's all I need. And yeah, I'm really liking this location. It's a location. I'm liking it. Yeah, it's just so close to like this. I'd say it's a 10-minute walk, and then I'm kind of around the shops and restaurants and QFC. Has been my go-to. It's my new Safeway, I guess. And the funny thing is, back home, even though Safeway is probably about half mile away, I would always walk to it. I always drive to it here. I have yet to, because I don't even know how I would park out there if there's street parking or how bad it's going to be. So I'm always walking to QFC and bringing home bags of groceries, and I bring my backpack to put the wine in, because that's what you do. So yeah, the location is great because it's kind of away from that downtown just far enough so you don't get all the noise or all the chaos of the downtown. You're in kind of, I feel like this is, I feel like this isn't even Seattle. I think I've said this before, but I feel like it's not even Seattle. It's kind of a suburb outside of Seattle. So you get most of the good without the bad. So it's a really good place. I think about, oh, well, maybe I'll just buy another place and live, but I don't even know where else I'd want to live in this area. And it certainly is not going to be as affordable as this was, at least when I bought it. I mean, it's probably almost doubled in price now, but yeah, I'm not going to find something that. So I don't think I could find a better condo to live in for the same money without like spending all of my reserves. So yeah, I think this is a good location. And yeah, it's easy to get to the airport. It's just, even though the miles aren't that much, Uber is just like insanely expensive. Like $60, and it's just $60. I could get to Oakland and San Jose for cheaper than that most of the time. So it's just, yeah, the prices for Uber are kind of a little expensive out here, even more for Lyft. So I don't think I would do that too often. The alternative is driving. And I guess the thing is, it's around holidays, you're not going to be able to do that because the parking garages are going to be completely full. And then the third option is the Link train, which is extremely cheap. It's like $3, and they don't even seem to check your tickets. Like in New York, it's like you cannot get on that Long Island or that train without. They check it every single time. But here, it's like they don't. I'm still going to buy the tickets, of course. It's like $3 each way. And I'm trying to be an honest person. But it's just slow. It's like slow, and it's about probably I'd say a mile walk, maybe a mile to get to the station, or 3/4 of a mile, because that's a big difference. But yeah, and I've done that, and I guess I'll probably do it again more. Yeah, so especially because I'm not carrying luggage, I'm carrying a backpack, and so yeah, I suppose that would be my thing. It's just I wish the Uber was cheaper because I would do that more. I even paid a neighbor of mine $40 to do it one time. It's like, I can pay $60 for Uber, I can pay $40 to her, and it just seems like a better option. Why not? Yeah, and she even said, no, it's not necessary. Yeah, it's necessary. I don't want to be asking people to give me free rides, especially and then they have to drive back. It's like, yeah, I only do stuff like that if people are willing to accept the money. I don't like using people because then, I feel like indebted, or like I'll get asked like, hey, how about free rides? It's like, oh no, let's just do it for money because the money makes it better. Weird thing to say, but yeah, I guess I would think my first preference, I guess, my first preference would be to drive to the airport and just park there. Now you can park probably off-site. Another garage, take a shuttle. That's probably going to be like $20 a day or something, maybe cheaper. But with if you want to park at SeaTac, that's like $34 a day, and that adds up fast. I would not do that for a long trip. A quick trip, maybe 1 or 2 days, I would probably do that. In fact, I have for a one-day trip. But I mean, it literally was like I flew out in the morning and came back in the evening. It was a one-day trip. So yeah, that was kind of worth it because then I had my car there and I was all set and just like I'm right at the terminal. So that was cool. But yeah, the Link is probably my second. Uber's probably my third when I just want to indulge. In fact, Uber would be for a really long trip, I think. If I were going for a couple weeks or something, then I definitely couldn't park there. And it would be just nice to have my car there. Yeah. In fact, I should probably be safer there than here. This isn't a bad neighborhood at all, but my car isn't in secure parking, which is like, yeah, would be kind of nicer, but yeah, I don't leave anything in it. That's the secret. Don't leave anything in it, of course. And I talked about not even like feeling like I'm in Seattle. Yeah, I haven't even been downtown once yet. I mean, once sort of by accident because I got off the freeway at the wrong part. But I don't think I haven't walked downtown at all yet. There's a lot here, but I will. It's like I do want to see some of the stuff. I want to go back to like a lot of the things I've been to. I still haven't done the Space Needle. 40 times I've been here. I've never done the Space Needle. But the aquarium, and I don't think we have a zoo. But other thing, why would you have a zoo here? You have a zoo in New York City. I guess the cold doesn't matter. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to do. I just haven't been downtown. And again, it is so easy. I can walk downtown if I want to give it a good hour. But if I just got on the Link train, I would be downtown in like 15 minutes. So that's a really nice benefit of that. And it'd be cheap. If you even buy the ticket, I'll buy the ticket. Yeah, in fact, they had a Raiders game. It was just so cool that I could have been to at least gone around the area for Raiders game. I didn't feel like it that Sunday morning. But because someone asked, Seahawks, the Raiders are here against the Seahawks. So you're going? It's like, I can't. I'm banned from the park. Long story. But it would have been cool to be here. And I don't like games where I think, it would be hard to see them lose. And in fact, the way they've been playing this year, it wasn't a good chance of them winning. And I've been to Seahawks games with the Niners. I've come up and played and like, oh, it's disappointing. And the irony is they won. It's like, I thought they were going to lose, and yet they won. And it was a good game. In fact, if I know the outcome, and I know it's going to be a close game at the very end, last second, like a win, then it's pretty darn cool. But if the outcome's the opposite and your team loses, it's like, it's not so fun. So yeah, it would have been a cool game to be at if your team wins. I love a close game where your team wins, even way more than a blowout. But I don't like a close game where your team loses. Isn't that weird how that works? But that's how it works. So in summary, yes, quite content here. I mean, I use content over happy. I don't know. It's like, happy? Are you really happy? It's like, there are other things in life that have to happen that make me happy. It's like, I'm content. I'm happy. But yeah, there's lots of stuff. Travel makes me happy and stuff like that. But I mean, just living is living. It's like you're content. So I kind of use that word a little more. I don't know. I am happy, I guess. I don't know, hard to define. Words, they don't come easy. But yeah, and again, I got 9 extra years before coming here, so I don't know what life would have been like 9 years ago here. Especially, it's just so nice having a job and not being, because when I was coming here before, I would have been unemployed, and then I would have been spending the money each month on the rent. Well, rent, I mean, it's going to me, but the mortgage, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And my light's off. Darn it. Did I turn my light off? I guess I turned my light off the last. I just noticed that now. The light's off. I'm looking at a light and it's off. So I hope the lighting is okay. Probably not. It's not the best, but I'm not doing this over. I've been talking for like 20 minutes. So done. That's the state of the condo. State of the state. State of Washington. State of Seattle. Let's just go state of the condo. I could use fireside chats, but I think that's been used. Pretty sure.